This is the biggest reason why I don't love the Airbnb life. We're gonna break down the 3 things that I wish I knew before we got into the Airbnb business. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Investing with the Baldovinos. Burm, burm, burm. I'm Hannah, your host, and this is my husband, Josh.
But it's been a whole year of hosting on Airbnb. Babe, hate it or love it?
I dislike it strongly.
Why?
If you want to know why, you gotta continue watching the video for all the reasons why.
And then, at the end of the video, we'll tell you if we're still buying more or not. The first one is you're only as good as your cleaning crew. What do you mean by that?
Pretty much the premise of the business or the root of the business can excel or fail based on your cleaning crew / vendors.
Do you have a story that comes to mind?
There's so many, but I know when we were first launching Joshua Tree, we had a different cleaning crew, and one of the guests found like red stains on the bed and hairs everywhere. Even actually when we went on our visit, remember, we found hairs everywhere. And it was just clearly not well done. We obviously don't live in the areas where our Airbnbs are. We couldn't consistently checking up on whether the cleaning crew was doing it correctly or not, or doing a good job. So pretty much just those first couple cleans were like a big nightmare of, okay, did they actually do their jobs?
And so you don't know if they're actually cleaning or not. And on Airbnbs, 5-star reviews are everything.
Right, especially when you're first starting off, right?
Even just all the time.
Okay, all the time.
We have a perfect 5-star rating right now. Knock on wood, ding, ding. Despite having hairs, stains, hammocks break, just every problem that happened, it happened.
You have to trust your cleaner a lot, but I also think that trust has to be earned. There needs to be a lot of as much checkup as possible. I think micromanagement is key with working with cleaning crews and vendors. Not great in the corporate world, but in the Airbnb world.
So what's really funny is that as you're managing this business, you hate micromanagers.
Of course, who loves a micromanager? Nobody loves being micromanaged.
But now you've become, or you realize that you have to be a micromanager.
Because your business rides or dies on this, so you have to make sure that your people that you've hired are doing what they need to be doing. What was our point? Your business depends on your cleaning crew.
Okay, number 2, trust but verify, and make sure to always have a runner.
Ooh, okay, so that kind of bleeds into what we were just saying about micromanagement. I think trust but verify, but really that actually just means you don't have enough room to trust, just verify. So I think if we were to launch a new Airbnb right now, and we got a whole new cleaning crew, vendors, blah, 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 whatever job, that first job, I would want to send someone out there to confirm that it's been done correctly. And probably have that done like the first few times that any job's done.
Already put it into your mind that anytime you have a question, have 1 or 2 people that are ready and willing to go out there that are on call for $25 a visit, just to see if something was done correctly. So for example, our last guest misplaced a speaker and said, hey, could you check to see on the TV console if we left it? Cleaner went, no, there's no speaker there. It wasn't a runner, but luckily we had a friend in the area.
Thanks, Vinci.
Also go and check, and lo and behold, the speaker's there. So unfortunately, they're not going to care about your property as much as you do. And so you have to pay other people to do the extra double check, and just know that's already going to be a set expense, already budget, and have multiple people who you can call on. It's a team sport.
And in that particular example, we did find the speaker, and then we also found the owner's closet open.
Oh, the problems of Airbnb.
Oh, the problems of Airbnb.
Okay. Oh, this is the big one. This is number 3. Your time is not your own.
Your time is not your own. Okay, yes. This is the biggest reason why I don't love the Airbnb life, and probably the biggest mental expectations that I had to manage while we were trying to handle this process. A lot of people will tell you running an Airbnb is actually not that time consuming. That's outside of setting it up, but actually running it day to day is not that time consuming. Really, in reality, how many hours do you think that we spend in a week?
Probably 2 at the most.
2 at the most. And I think that's like a quick here and there bit of communication. But I'm finding in our experience is that these things that we have to attend to are coming at the most inconvenient times of the day, the evenings, the weekends. And that's when I need to be focused on my family and my kids. Or we're in the middle of Lake Tahoe trying to enjoy the view.
Please be careful.
And then I'm texting with vendors and cleaners and guests because they need something on the weekend, because that is the busiest time of an Airbnb. And most problems seem to come up on the weekends and evenings.
There was one where you had both kids. Ash and I were both hosting a real estate meetup. And then we had a hot tub trouble right in the middle of our meetup that we were hosting speakers, emceeing the event, trying to make sure all goes well. And then all of a sudden, there's this hot tub emergency. You have both kids and aren't 100% familiar with the process and how to, and I'm not either. And Ash is the only one. How about, so now that we've gone through each of the things that we wish we knew before Airbnb, like what are the things that we're going to do to resolve this? So let's take the first one. So like cleaners. Your cleaners are your lifeblood. What's our fail-safe there? Do we have one?
I think that there's only so much you can do if you decide to run an Airbnb long distance. So just follow up and check and maybe ask for pictures for confirmation if certain jobs need to get done. And then that bleeds into number 2, which is try to establish having runners in the area or friends like Vinci that will go out and verify.
Yeah, I think to solve those 2 problems, whether it be a cleaning or a runner, money is going to be your answer to this.
Yeah.
So you'll be willing to spend to somebody else to then go out and visit your property. On the cleaner side, if something goes awry, if there's hair, the guest mentions immediately that something is dirty, let them know that you have an extra set of linens in the closet in each bedroom. That's a pro tip, you should have one. And then Instacart a quick care package over. It's gonna be 30 or 40 bucks to Instacart a dessert package with some sparkling water. But that saves your reviews, it lets the guests know that you care, and it gives a humanistic approach. And that's the way to solve those 2. Time freedom is the biggest one though.
Time.
How are we gonna get our time back now?
Yes. So actually, I was talking to Rafa about this at your last meetup. Hi, Rafa. Shout out to Rafa and girlfriend. I know everyone in the real estate world. Yes, but I was complaining to him about how time consuming and how annoying it is to deal with guest issues, especially when I'm trying to be with my family or if I'm just even during my day job, right? It's very inconvenient. And so obviously Rafa has VAs that tend to all guest communications and handling communications between vendors as well. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's so smart. Maybe we should do that. But I was thinking maybe we didn't have enough. We only have 3 Airbnbs last time I checked. Was it 3? 3. Okay. 3. Yeah, so 3 Airbnbs. I was like, oh, maybe that's not enough to make it worth it. So the big question we had to talk about was, are we going to continue in this Airbnb business? And if so, then is it time to get a VA? Because we're just getting busier and busier between our day jobs, kids, family, each other, life. Like, it's just becoming too much. So
long-winded answer, we're going to get a VA, train them, build out an SOP so that way we can have our time back, because
so we can have our time back.
Everyone's investing into real estate for time freedom. But if you're just buying yourself another job, granted it is a less time-consuming job, but it's at the most inconvenient time. So there are levers that you can pull, things and areas in your business that you can invest in to earn your time back or to buy your time back.
And I think, what's it worth to you? Because maybe people that are running Airbnbs, they don't mind the random messages at 5 o'clock at night or 6 o'clock at night or on the weekends. But what I choose to want to prioritize, that's not it. I don't give a damn if a guest can't find the towels. No, I'm with my kids. Leave me alone. But those are the things that I wish I knew before we started Airbnb.
And if you just want to be an on-call person and just respond to our guests, maybe that could be something. I feel like, how come no one, like people do the property management, but there should just be like a triage service. Triage service? Anyways, the reality of Airbnb is that there are things that are great, there are things that are bad, and we hope that you take these things that are bad into your consideration if you're thinking about buying an Airbnb in 2023. If you like this video, like it, duh.
And subscribe, duh.
And then also share it with anyone else that you're thinking about running an Airbnb business. Let us know also what your biggest pain point about managing Airbnbs are below, or what your concerns are. We'd love to hear it, and just commiserate in some of the horror stories because, I don't know, can you one up ours? I don't know.
We haven't even said the worst ones, but I'm sure. Share all your horror stories below.
Anyways, guys, thanks so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one.